Ailey II begins their season tomorrow,
Yes.
March 13th, and it runs through the 17th.
Yes.
And it's at Skirball this
Yeah.
time, NYU,
Yeah.
which is a great theater. I always love it
It's
when you
really
guys do
beautiful,
that space there. This is Marcel Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a member of Ailey II for a year now.
Yes.
And so, what was that experience like? I know you graduated from the BFA program at Fordham, and now you're living your dream.
Yeah. I think for me, the hardest thing about transitioning from the BFA program to Ailey II was having more responsibility. I think when you're in the school, you're in all these technique classes and you're really just focusing on technique. And when you get to Ailey II, you're learning that it's more than technique, and you're using what you learned in the school to inform who you are as an artist. So I think this year for me, it was a year of self-discovery and learning who I am as a person and who I want to be on the stage and how I approach everything that I'm given.
Because I look at Ailey II as part boot camp, part university, part dance company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all those things kind of rolled into one. And the product that they always produce, if I want to call a dance or a product, but the finished person that comes out of that is a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And so how was that experience working with different choreographers and meeting timelines and knowing that things have to be done first cast, second cast? And
I think I enjoyed it all. I mean, I got the opportunity to apprentice with the company last year, so I was able to have a sneak peek of what this year was going to be like. And in the process, you learn not just the choreography, but you get a lot of really great coaching that really pushes you to that next level, because we can all do the steps. It's easy to learn a step, but each choreographer comes in and each have such a different view on dance, and they each have different information to give you regarding their works also. And I think as we toured, because this year we toured extensively, and you perform the same works over and over again, you find something different in it. Once you finally settle down into it and it becomes yours, you get to make different choices that inform the work also and bring it to a deeper level.
so the company's doing 3 new works this season.
Mm-hmm.
And could you tell us a little bit about those works and what it was like working with those
Yeah.
choreographers?
So this year, Ailey II is premiering 4 new works. The first one that we're going to see is Tracks by Yuri Sands, who was formerly in the Ailey company, and now he runs his own company, To Dance, with his wife, Tony. And Tracks, he started the process by, he came in, we sat in a circle, and he asked us how we felt as individuals within the climate of the world today. And we each went around and we spoke about that. And he created a work that basically is about individuals within the world dealing with different political, social, and economic backgrounds, difficulties, struggles, and how we always overcome. So that's the first piece you're going to see. Then the second work is titled Ebb and Flow, which was created by our artistic director, Troy Powell. And he was inspired by the ocean. So there's a lot of going and coming back, and it's just really beautiful. It's set to the Adagio for Strings by Samuel Barber, which is such a beautiful piece of music. It's a duet for 2 dancers, and that was a really great process.
So you're performing it?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I had the opportunity to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very intimate. There were, I believe, 3 or 4 casts of dancers in there. And just to work with him in that very close space was really great, because he always has such amazing information to share for all of us. And it's always very personal. So that was really nice to have as a first-year dancer. After that, there's going to be a piece called Flock by Robert Battle, who was the artistic director of the first company. And Flock is very, very intense. It's very high energy, very dynamic, and it's very go, 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 go the whole time. And that process, it was restaged by a woman named Erica, who was part of his company, Battleworks, and she performed it. And it was a quick process. We learned the entire piece in 4 days, and Erica was very concise with everything that she told us, so that made the process go by a lot smoother. And the story of Flock is essentially about this man who we call the preacher. He's the preacher figure, and we're like his followers. And essentially we want to follow behind this man because he's so charismatic, but at the same time he's also dealing with his own flaws. So the first section is kind of like us following and us doing, like him manipulating us and us doing what he's saying. But then when you get to the second section, when we're like sitting in the chairs and it's like, okay, now we're at the church in the service, and we're starting to see his flaws and how maybe we don't want to follow behind what this man is preaching to us. So that causes another turmoil within the group that we all have to overcome together. And then the last work is called Where There Are Tongues, who was choreographed by Bradley Shelver, who was also a member of Ailey II. And that piece is, generally it's about community. It's about how we all exist in the world together, and we each go through our own ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we're all there to support each other, which is essentially what Ailey II is. And it's one of my favorite pieces to perform because we're all so in tune with each other on stage. The thing that's unique about this piece is that we're all on stage for the entire 27 minutes. So no one ever exits the stage, and Bradley was very clear about ignore the audience. Don't put on a show for the audience. It's not about them. You're inviting them into your world. So we turn the stage into this place where we're all existing, and we're going through our everyday lives, and the audience is just invited to watch it, which is a different approach to choreography. And it's a very athletic, very physical piece, but although it's athletic and it is physical, it's fun to perform with all 12 of us because we get to interact with each other. Like, I get tickled in one section and I'm very ticklish, so that's always, you just don't know what kind of reaction you're gonna get that night. So it's really great. He was very, 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 very supportive throughout the whole process. He pushed us very hard because he knows that we're all capable of rising to his expectations, and it was a lot of fun to work with him.
Well, I want to thank you, because I know whenever we do these, they're usually between rehearsals, and usually between coming and going.
Mm-hmm.
So to take the time out, I really appreciate it,
Yeah.
and to share. And I wish you much continued success with all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
So Ailey is going to be at Skirball,
Yes.
NYU,
Skirball.
March 13th through 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Come out and see this guy. He's wonderful. Thanks again, my friend.
Thank you.